It's a day that ends in Y, and that means another 49ers player is injured. What's up? Good evening. Welcome to LaCohn and LaRocca. That's Tyler C. LaRocca. I'm Grant Cohn. 49ers had practice today, and Deommodore Lenoir did not practice. He has a quad injury, and Kyle Shanahan was very hush-hush about it when he was pressed for more information. Is he going to practice? Is he going to miss multiple games? Kyle would basically only say that they hope he might practice tomorrow. So we'll find out. I saw him on the field running around. He had a big wrap on his leg. I could not determine whether or not he's going to practice tomorrow. Clearly, the Niners hope he can, because it seems to me that without Lenoir, it becomes much more difficult to beat the Texans. You're already down Nick Bosa, Fred Warner. Lenoir would be the best remaining player on your defense. What are the implications of this injury?
I mean, well, it seems like because Renardo's still hurt too, right?
He was limited today. So they're, struggling.
So, yeah, I mean, if Lenoir's out, dude, like, I don't know. Saleh is just getting – at this point, he's getting put through the ringer so hard with the amount of injuries here. If he loses Lenoir, I don't know what people expect this defense to look like without him. He's got to stay healthy. Like, I hope they're just being careful and they're being cautious, and they're like, all right, we'll just have him limited tomorrow, and we need him to play because although he's getting a lot of holding penalties, we need him. We need him big time. Our secondary would be bad.
I mean, it seems like even if he plays, he won't be 100%. Even if Green plays, he won't be 100%. You're going against a quarterback who can be top tier, top 10 when he has time to throw, which has been not often the last couple of years. But with all the injuries the Niners have out there, CJ Stroud just might have a good game.
Yeah, I was really, really hoping that the Niners would have traded for an edge rusher by this point of the week, because the easiest part about this game was their offensive line is like horrible. But without Bryce Huff and no Nick Bosa, Mike Hell's kind of like a run edge setter. I don't know how we're going to get to the quarterback. Oh, I lost you. I can't hear you. Hello? I can't hear you. Oh, I think I can hear you now. Yeah, I can hear you now.
About that. My bad. I don't know what happened. So what I wanted to say that was super interesting is that my fantasy team, I needed to pick up a defense this week.
Yeah.
Because my defense is the Rams and they have a bye week. So I chose between the Niners and the Texans. Who do you think I chose?
I don't know. That's a hard one. I would choose the Niners.
I picked up the Texans because the Texans have the best defense in football, and they're not decimated by injury. The Niners, I don't really feel great. And plus, they don't intercept passes. And I feel like in fantasy football, you get a lot of points for interceptions. So that's a different discussion. But I just feel like in this particular matchup, you got one elite defense and then the Niners defense, which can be elite, but I don't know if it will be this week.
Yeah.
But they got Mac Jones.
Got Mac Jones, got George Kittle, got Christian McCaffrey, who's the best running back in the NFL right now. I can't believe someone said that he lost a step in the offseason. It's crazy.
I know. What kind of idiot would say that?
Oh, just kidding. He definitely lost a step, but, George Kittle's back, so.
What do you think of this trend where the Niners play a game and they'd say the injuries, and then, like, on the Monday call, it's like, oh, by the way, Bryce Huff pulled his hamstring. He'll be out for 2 weeks. And then on Wednesday, they're like, oh, PPS, Deommodore Lenoir hurt his quad. He's going to be out for a day. He's day to day. I mean, it's not just the injuries during the game. It's like the surprise injuries afterwards and then the injuries during practice. I mean, at some point, isn't it like almost a farce? They're winning, so it doesn't matter, but they're not going to win all the games.
Yeah. I mean, at some point, it's like, dude, can we just be honest with what's going on? Can we just say it how it is? Like, after the game, I get you're celebrating. We'll be like, oh, yeah, like, unfortunately, Bryce Huff hurt his hamstring on the last play, which sucked. I think someone actually posted a clip of it I saw. It was literally like the second to last play or last play. He, like, ran into the left guard and it, like, started grabbing his hamstring. And he's like, oh. And it looked like he didn't like it very much. But I don't know where Demo would have gotten hurt. I don't understand it. He was holding people all game, so I thought his upper body would have been hurt if anything.
Yeah, agree. All right, we gotta switch gears here. So, Bill Kennedy has a question. He says, "Why is Brock practicing? He should be resting." That's a good question. So the question of the day is, are the 49ers soft benching Purdy? He's practicing, but he's not playing. He's out there, but he's not quite ready. How do you interpret this? Is it Brock trying to force his way back on the field and the Niners are saying, don't call us, we'll call you? Or are the Niners doing what they always do, which is they sort of rush players back, and is Brock sort of dragging his feet without hurting his toe, so to speak? What do you think?
Yeah, because here's the confusing part, right? Is all broadcast they talked about how serious this injury was. If he steps the wrong way, he's in dire straits. This is going to be awful. Then why is he practicing? Because wouldn't you most likely step the wrong way if you're working on footwork in practice? I feel like that's the most common time to hurt yourself would be practicing on specifically footwork.
I agree. Can we come back to what you said just a second ago?
Yeah.
What they said on the broadcast?
Yeah.
So when that was reported to me, my antenna said that's coming from Brock's camp. And then Diana Rossini for The Athletic, she has a whole podcast and she confirmed it. She said that Brock told the broadcast crew. So that came from him. All that, because it's like you hear from the team, oh, he's doing better, he's making strides. You don't really hear much, and it's their story. Then you hear from him, and he's not talking anymore, except for this, the one little quote we've heard. Actually, it's really tricky, and he wants to be out there. All this detail and information that we didn't get from the team. So is it possible? I think that Brock feels like the team rushed him out for the Jaguars game.
Yeah.
And now he's trying to explain to people behind the scenes why he's being more cautious. And I completely understand. So when you ask, why is he out there on the practice field? Is it possible that the Niners are putting pressure on him? Hey, man, you're the starting quarterback. We paid you a lot of money. We think our medical team thinks you can go out there and protect yourself. Like, you don't have to be 100% to play quarterback for us. Like, Matt's out there at 70%. You should be out there at 70%. Is that a little bit of the push and pull? Maybe.
Yeah, I can agree. It seems like, and I think Purdy, like, all you hear about Purdy is how competitive he is. And I think for him, like, I'm sure going out in the Jags game and kind of, I mean, shitting the bed, didn't feel good, right? Like, Matt comes in and now there's a QB controversy, right? Brock's 1-4 in his last 5, Mac's 4-1, Mac's playing well with backups that Purdy couldn't play well with, yada, 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 right? So I think, yeah, maybe Purdy is a little bit pressed, like, what's going on here? Why are you guys rushing me back? Like, shouldn't you guys be taking care of me? Or, okay, you know what I started thinking about? This could be complete. You got to follow me here at this tin hat theory. What? Okay, is Brock Purdy kind of like Russell Wilson, where like nobody really like messes with him like that on that level? Because I feel like no one really hangs out with Brock, and he just kind of does his thing.
I have a theory. I don't think he's like Russell Wilson, but I know what you're saying. Here's my theory, and maybe this is what happened to Russell Wilson, but I think money changes things with people all the time.
Okay.
And it's one thing for Brock to be Mr. Irrelevant, getting paid $900K in the huddle, telling George Kittle to shut the fuck up, and George being like, "Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah,
go ahead, Brock. You could tell me to shut the fuck up as long as you play well." But then Brock's making $53 million a year, which is like more than double what George is making. It's easy to start feeling resentful.
Yeah.
It's easy to feel like, well, actually, he's not earning his contract. And Mac is my new best friend because Mac makes a quarter of what I make. I mean, It's so easy to like the guy who's not making that much money and playing
And did
well.
you see the next
Not
day
playing.
George went on KNBR and was like, "Oh, Brock's a terrific player. He just needs to get back to 100% after he was gushing over Mac the day before." I totally saw that as like, "Oh, someone told George like he should probably back." That was, you know.
And also though, like if you're saying about a starting quarterback, he's really good when he's 100% healthy. I don't know if you're really saying he's a starting quarterback, because I think part of being a starting quarterback, a good one that gets paid a lot, is that you can win when you're 80% healthy. You can win when you're 60% healthy, and you do give the team a better chance even when you can't move that much. I mean, Patrick Mahomes, if he's hobbling, he gives that team a good chance to win, a much better chance to win than Gardner Minshew. Like, Brock needs to be 97% healthy to give the Niners the best chance to win. Like, that's Tua stuff.
My biggest, I'm going to stick to my theory, man. I do not think Kyle wanted Brock to get paid. I'm going to stick to my guns on that one. I will take that to the grave. I do not think Kyle was pounding the table for Brock. I think that was a decision that was not made with Kyle in mind. I don't think Kyle wanted to. I think Kyle likes Mac better. I genuinely think he likes running the offense with Mac Jones better than Brock. Because again, I think Kyle's biggest pet peeves are turnovers and durability, because he always talks about it. He always talks about how much the biggest issue with Jimmy was he couldn't stay healthy. And his other biggest thing is we can't turn the ball over. And Brock Purdy over the last few years is both. He does both of his biggest pet peeves. He gets hurt and he throws a lot of picks.
Yeah, I think I kind of feel like Kyle's attitude with Purdy is like, look, man, he wasn't my first choice. I don't think it's sustainable. I don't think it's sustainable. Like, I want Tom Brady. I want a big pocket passer, someone who stays in the pocket and executes my offense and is tough and doesn't get hurt. That's not Brock at all.
No.
But it was working, and he was winning and putting up great numbers, and the team bought in. So I think Kyle's like, why fight it? The alternative is Jimmy Garoppolo, or I mean, he did bring in Sam Darnold. Maybe he wanted that, but why fight it? It's working. But for the last year and a half, it hasn't been working. Last year, he didn't have an alternative. Now an alternative is right here, and he plays the position the way Kyle likes it to be played. I think it's easy for Kyle to say, you know what? It's easier for him to be skeptical with Brock now. It's like, okay, you run around a lot. That's not the style of quarterback I like. You know what I mean? Like, this is why I don't like that. And now I have someone who plays it the way I like it.
And could you maybe shed some light? I'm not understanding where people are getting this, but everyone says Kyle loves Curtis Rourke. Like, everyone says, like, this is his dude. Is that like a thing, or is it just a meme?
I mean, if he loved him so much, why'd he wait till the 7th round to take him? He might be mildly interested in Curtis Rourke, but if he took CJ Beathard in round 3. No, the guy he likes is Mac Jones.
I think he likes Mac. I think he wants Mac to be the starting quarterback. I genuinely think if you ask Kyle right now and hooked him to a lie detector test and said, do you want Mac Jones to be the starting quarterback of the 49ers over Brock Purdy? He'd say yes.
Well, I think there's a lot of finger pointing in the Niners behind the scenes about contracts, because a lot of them haven't worked out. And I think obviously everyone blames him for Brandon Ayuk, right? They're gonna trade him. It's gonna be huge sunk cost.
No, they're not.
That's his fault. He has to own that. Everyone wanted to trade him, but he could say, okay, fine. Brandon Ayuk was on me. He got hurt. Brock Purdy's on all of you. I told you guys that Sam Darnold could do this. I told you guys that Mac Jones could do this. You didn't listen to me. You wouldn't let me take Mac Jones. You really thought that Brock Purdy was this savior one of one. He could say that.
Yeah,
but
true.
I don't really know how he feels.
And if those rumors are true too about Kyle wanting Mac, not Trey, like, he could be like, bro, I've been telling you guys this for years, that this dude could do this with ease, and you guys went and got Brock, and now I'm showing you that he could have done this with ease. Like, I don't know, man. It's really weird. I feel like it's so awkward if you're Brock Purdy now. Like, wouldn't it be awkward, like, you're coming back in and, like, if you go in and they lose, like, it's you. You can't say, well, it's the offensive line. Well, Mac played with it. Well, it's the receivers. Well, Mac played with it. Well, it's Christian McCaffrey. Well, Mac played with him.
But isn't it even worse than that for Brock? Like, if he comes back and plays as well as Mac, that's not good enough. If he comes back and plays a little bit better than Mac, That's not good enough. You have to justify $265 million. And you can't. You just can't when Mac is playing for 4.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, I was saying it when he came in, and you actually said it preseason. You said I think Mac's gonna play at some point, and it's not gonna look any different. And to an extent, it hasn't, but I think it's actually looked better with Mac. And I think people are like way riding on Mac for no reason. Like, did Mac play the greatest game? No. But let's see. He had a drive-killing interception by Juwan that could have been bit more yards and a touchdown for him. That ends up a turnover on the stat sheet. And then he had a deep ball that hit Demarcus Robinson square in the 5, and he dropped that one, which could have been more yards for Mac, would have put him over 200 and possibly extended another drive to score. So, like, people were blaming Mac, like, but even against a good Atlanta defense, the drive killers were Juwan and Demarcus Robinson.
Don't you get the feeling too that people like we're turning this into a quarterback controversy because it's fun to talk about and
For
like
sure.
rage bait on Twitter and stuff? But like it's not that situation. The situation is that Brock Purdy has a potentially career altering injury, like career jeopardizing injury. This is really serious.
For the second time.
He's injured it twice.
Yeah.
If he comes back and does it a third time, this could be a chronic thing. And we've seen that he sucks when he has this injury. A lot of quarterbacks probably would, but it's not just the mobility that goes out the window for Brock with this injury. It's the arm strength and the accuracy. I mean, he sucked against the Jaguars, and I give him like every excuse, man. You shouldn't have played in that game. That was unfair to you. So God knows when he comes back and you have this other quarterback who's not elite, but playing, winning and staying healthy, which is all you pretty much can ask for, all you need, and it's not that expensive to get. So I think that's the situation. They have one quarterback right now, and they need to keep him healthy. Yeah. Brock's not going to come back and save this team anytime soon.
I don't think Brock can save a team, period. And that's the biggest problem. Again, when we're talking about $265 million, are the 49ers soft benching?
I mean, he did save the 2022 team in a sense. And that's a big reason why so many fans are emotionally attached to him. But
yeah,
at this point in his career, with this team,
I agree, but like, and that's the thing, bro, is like it went from, wow, look at Jimmy. He's even having a resurgence because Kyle's so good. And then Brock came in. It was like, oh my God, Brock's the reason. And it's like, I don't get it, because you have the same fan base will be like, well, Kyle's a god tier coach that deserves a lifetime contract. Oh, okay. So then you agree with me. It wasn't Brock. No. Brock's a straight up elite top 5 quarterback. It's like, so then Kyle isn't that good.
I think what's so alarming with Brock is like how quickly it could be coming to an end. Like, yeah, you could point to all the stuff he's done and all the great stretches he's had, but in the last 5 starts, 1 win, 8 picks, dude, 3 injuries. In the last 5.
In the last 19 starts, the dude's 7-12. He's not good. He hasn't been good. Like, and that's the thing is, so now we can go back to last year, right? And I don't want to hear an injury excuse because Mac Jones is playing with injuries and he's winning football games. Yeah. So I can go back to last year and say, yeah, well, Mac's doing it just fine with less weapons, with less of them.
And to compare Mac to Jimmy's really disingenuous because Mac makes throws to the sideline. He makes throws down the field. Jimmy didn't do any of that. Jimmy kept it between the numbers.
Yep.
And he didn't really throw more than 20 yards down the field. I didn't think he was smart. I didn't think he had like a high football IQ. I think Mac does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know if the Niners are soft benching Purdy. They should, but I don't know if they are. But you know what?
I think Purdy's soft bench. I think Purdy's benching Purdy because I think he knows he can't come back and shit the bed.
He did it once. He can't do it twice.
I don't think he can do it again. Because could you imagine if he comes back in against like a team like the Giants and then loses again?
And
It'd be like,
again?
bro, put in Mac.
We were talking about like what if he re-aggravates it a third time, but what if he loses and he's 1-2 and now Mac's 4-1? It's like, not only did you create a quarterback controversy, you may have just ended the quarterback controversy.
And at the end of the day, players want to win. They're not emotionally tied to Brock. They're not emotionally tied to Mac, just like they were emotionally tied to Jimmy. If someone comes in and wins, they're happy. If someone comes in, like say Mac's winning right now, they're playing winning football. This is a team of vets that wants to win. Say you put in Purdy and then he loses, bro. Even the players are like, bro, just keep macking.
Yeah, we were winning. Why did you mess with this?
Exactly.
It doesn't have. You don't have to explain it. Just roll with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
all right. So I think what's interesting about this week, this period for the 49ers, is that it's all about feet. We're really focused on toes and feet right now. And so I think that's why it's a great time to be sponsored by Brunt. Brunt, these are my Brunt Marin shoes. And you could tell if Brock were wearing these, he never would have gotten injured. They're nice work boots, but they're also like surprisingly broken in straight out of the box, which is why I like them. Because if you wear work boots like me, you know they can really take a while and can kind of hurt you. But these were comfortable immediately.
Yeah, your blue collar work is.
I'm wearing a little bit of flannel, but I'm saying Brunt isn't just about work boots. They offer a full range of high performance gear built for tough jobs. From heavy duty work pants to weather resistant jackets, Brunt designs durable, reliable workwear to keep you protected and productive in any condition. And this is the kind of stuff I need because I work with my hands. These are nice boots. Hold on. Look at these boots.
They are really nice boots.
Like super nice boots?
They do look nice. They look very, very nice.
And they feel very nice as well. So look, just want you to know, Brunt was tired. Brunt was tired of the workwear brands out there cutting corners. You work too hard to be stuck in uncomfortable boots and that don't hold up. So they built something better, boots that are insanely comfortable and built for any job site, even the NFL football field. For a limited time, our listeners get $10 off at Brunt when you use code COHN at checkout. Just head to bruntworkwear.com, use code Cohn, and you're good to go. And after you order, they'll ask where you heard about Brunt. Do us a favor and tell them you heard it from me, this show. I'm telling you, I wear these boots all the time, and Brock Purdy should too. I think it could really save his career.
Yeah, I'm on their website right now ordering a pair.
Yeah, your toes will thank you. Okay, I want to switch gears now. Was Mykel Williams the right pick at 11?
Yes.
Why do you say that?
Who has been better around him? Around his pick, who's been better than him?
I mean, how about Tyler Warren? He's killing it.
They weren't going to replace George.
You could do two tight ends. You could replace the fullback. He's essential though. He's very good. Look, let me just say, let me before I piss everyone off, including you. Here's why I say this. I like Mykel Williams. Mykel Williams is a very good player. To me, his skill set, unless he vastly improves, is not the 11th pick in the draft skill set. That's the kind of player you hope to get at like 25, late in the first round. Or maybe even better in the second round, because really good run defender, versatile, can play multiple positions. He's not a destructive force against the pass yet. I would say that Alfred Collins is a better pass rusher than Mykel Williams right now. Mykel gets stuck on blocks too much. Alfred will actually shed. So hell of a player, improves the defense, drawing double teams, making a positive impact. But
he is double teamed like 85% of his snaps.
Good player, dude, for sure.
There isn't 11? Anyone okay, like when I think back, the only other person is Will Johnson, but the Niners passed on him twice. So I would have rather them taken him in the second round where they took Alfred Collins. I think Mykel at 11 was the perfect pick they needed. If Nick Bosa was in right now, we wouldn't have any problems with Mykel. We'd be like, wow, Mykel's still a stud like we were saying when Nick was there. He's the perfect complement to Nick Bosa. I think that's what he's meant to be. So I think they need to get another edge rusher so that Mykel can go back to being a complement, because I think that's what he's best at. I think he's best at being like a DeForest Buckner, which is, being a compliment.
I'm just saying they got Alfred Collins. He's a good player. They got Sam O. I don't know. Tyler Warren is on pace for 1,000 yards this year. He's got 3 touchdowns through the air. He's got a rushing touchdown. He looks like a special player.
Tyler Warren's phenomenal. But that's what I'm saying is, from the eyes of the Niners, I don't think they were ever taking a tight end that high. Ever.
Right. And that's my problem with them. You don't draft for need at 11. The job is to take the best player available.
I agree.
And if you do, it'll work out. And I think if you look at the Niners drafting, they have some great draft picks later, but they rarely take the best player available in round 1. That's a problem for them.
And I completely agree. Again, I said in our pre-draft show that Tyler Warren would have been an awesome pick, but I I never, ever, ever would have seen them doing that because they just signed George. But I agree. I think Tyler Warren would have been a phenomenal pick. But I think besides Tyler Warren, Mikel's the best pick they could have gotten. And I think if they could redraft right now with everyone available and they saw the future, they'd still grab Mikel.
Again, not to be a hater, I like Mikel Williams. If you're watching Mikel, I'm not hating on you. I'm just saying, even the Niners compare him to Eric Armstead, who was not the 11th pick in the draft. He was like 17, and he's never been a Pro Bowler. So I think with Mikel, you kind of have to have similar expectations. Will he ever be a Pro Bowler? Will he ever have double-digit sacks? Maybe not. But he'll probably be on the team for 10 years and make a positive impact the entire time. And that's great. Yeah. But at 11, you were hoping to get maybe a Hall of Famer? Maybe? And I don't know he's going to be that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Tyler Warren will be. We'll see. Although he's on my fantasy team, and
I think Tyler Warren's phenomenal. I would have been happy. My two picks at that pick I wanted were Warren or Will Johnson. And the Will Johnson pick aged beautifully.
You know, it's actually interesting. Maybe the right pick is someone I haven't mentioned. Gray Zabel. He's a guard. No one really considered him. Daniel Jeremiah had the Niners taking him at 11 right before the draft a couple of days. He's been so good for the Seahawks.
Yeah. Yeah, but the Niners don't draft offensive line, you know?
Yeah, they don't need an offensive lineman. They have Ben Barch. He's coming back.
Dude, yeah, have you guys seen our offensive line? It's incredible.
Dude. Drew Moss?
Dominic Pooney's having one of the best sophomore seasons I've ever seen.
Colton McKivitz has improved more than any offensive lineman in the league the last few years.
Trent Williams hasn't lost a step either.
He defies age every day. He's essentially 26. And then you have Matt Hennessy, who might be the best
center in the league. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Connor Colby is a little rough here and there sometimes, but when you're surrounded by that much talent, I mean.
I will say, I think next year they are going to go offensive line in the first round. I would be shook if they didn't.
But here's again why. Well, I guess I'm jumping ahead because I want to talk about trades. Is that the next one? Yeah, it kind of is the next one.
All right, let's move in.
Okay, here's why I want the Niners to make a big trade for a lot of reasons. But one reason is that they're not that good at drafting in round one. They traded picks for Christian McCaffrey. Samuel? That worked out. They absolutely were smart to trade those picks for Christian McCaffrey instead of spending some of them on like Nick Martin and Ty Davis Price and Danny Gray. Like they whiff so often in the first 3 rounds. They're so bad at taking the best player available. Why not? Like if you were to trade your next 2 first-round picks, they're probably going to be late firsts. And you'd hope to get someone like Max Crosby. You would die to get someone like Max Crosby with a top 5 pick. So if you just get Max Crosby, I mean, I feel like that's so much better than whatever the hell you're going to do with those picks over the next couple of years.
I think they're going to go
offensive lineman around 1. He'll be McGlinchey at best.
I think they're going to go Arden Key, which is sad because they aren't even linked to Thibodeau. Dude, I'm telling you, Thibodeau is the perfect trade. He's the perfect trade.
No, you know what they're going to do? They're going to keep getting people from the Jets.
Yeah, I did see that.
They've already poached like 11 people from the Jets. They're going to keep going.
I know they want Jermaine. They want what? Jermaine Johnson? Yeah. He was on Last Chance U, by the way. That season was fire.
That'd be cool. That'd be fine. I think Max Crosby, I'd be down to trade for. I just think the Niners should be more open to trading high draft picks for proven freaking players. Not for Trey Lance.
I think this year is wide open. And if you're any team in the NFL, I think you have to, if you have like a shot like the Lions, Eagles, Niners, Seahawks, Rams, any of these teams, you have to take a shot to win this year. This is the most competitive it's ever going to be. Like any team can beat any team on any given day. Whoever ends up getting hot come December and January is going to win the Super Bowl. So
anytime a team asserts itself as like the best in the league, they lose that week.
Yeah, exactly. I genuinely think if I'm the Niners, I wouldn't hate a home run shot for like Max Crosby at this point. Because like I get it. Fred and Nick are hurt, but dude, the NFL looks so open this year. It's anybody's game.
Yeah, and that's why I don't understand this like, oh, well, you gotta like, if you make a trade, it's gotta be for someone who's gonna be on the team in 2026. Why do we feel like the Niners will have a better chance to win the Super Bowl in 2026 than in 2025? Like their schedule is going to be way harder next year. A lot of their best players will be older and not as good next year. Injuries will always be an issue for this team. Like, why is next year better? Injuries are just going to be healthy in 2026.
I saw Kyle say that in which again, Max Crosby's freshly extended. Kayvon Thibodeau's a cheap extension. The only players I do not want us trading for edge rushers are Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips. Please, God, do not put those two on the 49ers. They will literally get injured walking off the airplane. Please, God, do not put them on this team.
Yeah.
They will
the
be
Niners
hurt
don't have enough
one.
Injury build up to take on players like that.
I would lose it. That would be so bad. We got
the funny thing about like the Max Crosby thing to me is like, one, the Raiders won't do it, but two, I feel like most Niner fans don't want to do it. Like, no, don't trade the picks. If they traded the picks for Max Crosby, they would throw a freaking parade. They would be so happy.
Bless you.
Thank you. It was the same like when they traded for Christian. I didn't like the trade. A lot of people were like, "No, he gets hurt." It's like, you know what? He's a great player.
I think you do Max Crosby, or if you really want to go hard, you trade like a first and a third, and you get Quinnen Williams and Jermaine Johnson from the Jets.
Yeah, why don't you just tell the Jets, like, look, we'll take all your good players, man. You're going
nowhere. Well, I mean, bro, Quinnen Williams has been on IR all year. I think he's still hurt. And then Jermaine Johnson, they're not signing him. Aaron Glenn's getting fired. Just give us to him. Give it to us. Gimme.
Who's the next quarterback the Niners are going to revive their career?
I don't think Mac Jones is leaving. I think Mac Jones is going to be the starter on the team.
Well, as long as Kyle's here.
I think if it's not him, it's my assumption what it would be. It's going to be like, this is a guy I wanted the Niners to draft. I think it's going to be Spencer Rattler. I think he's going to get wrongfully blamed in New Orleans, and then he's going to come to the Niners to be a backup and end up playing one day, and then he's like, oh my God, wait, this guy's so good.
All right, I got another one. Let's switch gears for a minute. So Robert Saleh has been the addition of the year. Mac Jones been great, but Robert Saleh has been. I mean, he might win coordinator of the year. He's pretty much universally regarded as a top 5 defensive mind in all of football.
Yeah.
And I think people are looking at what happened with the Jets as like, not his fault. Look at that organization.
Dude, Woody Johnson is a clown.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's a high likelihood that he'll be one of the top coaching candidates on the market this year. And that's depressing for Niner fans. And you just got him back, and he's doing great.
Stop saying for Niner fans like you're not one of us.
I'm not. So my question to you is, like, what's the best way to keep Robert Saleh as to keep him around?
I think I could say that.
And really, like, they could write him a blank check, but if he has an opportunity to be the head coach of a good franchise, there might be only one thing the Niners can do. And that's make him the head coach. Do you think the Niners should hire Robert Saleh as their head coach next year?
Okay, here's my thing.
Technically, they already have a head coach, but...
Yeah, here's my thing. And I know people are going to freak out, like, well, Kyle's coach of the year. You guys have been saying Kyle's coaching well. I agree. Robert Saleh is out coaching Kyle tenfold. You think it's hard to coach without Brock Purdy? Because here's my thing. Kyle's focal point is still on the offense. Christian McCaffrey is still there. So he hasn't lost his guy.
Nope.
Saleh has lost Nick and Fred, and Fred is his guy.
Yep.
That is his Christian McCaffrey. And Saleh is still turning water into wine. It is insane how well he's coaching. Because I think we can all say, I think even if we looked at the rankings, the Niners defense is better than their offense this year, which, dude, at the end of the day, like,
it's much better than their offense this year.
I applaud Kyle. He is doing great with what he's given. Robert Saleh is doing so much better with what he is given. Robert Saleh is literally given a bunch of rookies and journeymen, and it's like, all right, bro, let's see what you can do. And they're still like a top 10 defense. It would be really hard for me if I was the Yorks to let Saleh walk, because as much as you say, like, oh man, but what if Kyle goes and succeeds? What if Saleh does? What if Saleh takes like the Cardinals job? Or what if they have Ravens fire Harbaugh? And they're like, all right, Saleh, we want to bring you here with all of this talent on the defensive side, one of the most expensive defenses in football. Can you see what you could do for us? Could you imagine he wins a Super Bowl next year with Lamar Jackson, and we're sitting there like, damn, could have been our coach.
And you could sell it to I'm not saying fire Kyle. I'm not saying fire Kyle because
you want to demote Kyle?
What I'm saying is you could be like, look, Kyle, it's been 10 years. You haven't won a Super Bowl. A lot of times it's just like your voice gets a little stale.
It's like Andy Reid.
Seems like this, revitalization of the team was really linked to Saleh, not you. No offense. I mean, you seem kind of burnt out last year, and Saleh comes back and the team is revitalized thanks to his young defense. So maybe we both just need a fresh start. You know what I'm saying? It's not that you're not good. You're great. You built all of this. But Bill Walsh essentially was pushed out by the Niners after 10 years too, man. And he had just won a freaking Super Bowl, his third. So they could be like, look, man, it's nothing against you, but we think we need to start fresh. We think you need to start fresh. We're going to trade you. We're going to trade you.
Like, and here's my thing, man. Like, I know people are freaking out, but I'm telling you, dude, like, it could be an Andy Reid with the Eagles thing where it's just like a square peg, round hole. It's just not fitting. Like,
it's best for both parties.
Yes. And imagine if you could get you could probably swing at least a first for Kyle.
You could trade 2 firsts for Max Crosby and then trade Kyle for 2 firsts and call it even.
And it's like, and again, what I keep having to go back to is whose rebuild is having more success right now? The offensive or the defensive?
What rebuild on offense?
Brock Purdy, a 25-year-old, $250 million quarterback.
No,
what do you mean?
I'm being facetious. You're right. Like it seemed like when Kyle won't play Jordan James, he won't play Jordan Watkins. God love Kendrick Bourne, great story, but where is the next wave? Ricky Pearsall's out. Where's your Alfred Collins?
And what if you do this? What if you say
Mooney's not playing well?
Yo, Dolphins, listen, McDaniel's struggling. Send him over here. We'll send Kyle to you with a first-round pick. Saleh's going to be our head coach. McDaniel's going to be our OC. We're going to still have our Kyle Shanahan system. McDaniel's not going to have to be the leader of men that he is not. And let's see how it goes. And you know what? Dude, I'm telling you, man, I think Kyle's doing great this year. Like, this is not because I don't think Kyle's
I'm not
doing
knocking
great.
him.
I just think Saleh, dude, I will be so depressed if Saleh leaves again and the juice leaves again.
Will be depressed if Saleh leaves again.
Yeah. I completely agree. I really, really think that you shouldn't let Saleh leave. Oh, thanks, Ashley. I know my outfit looks pretty good. Sorry.
All right. On that note, let's do some prize picks, baby. Let's see if I got any right. Oh no, I didn't.
Oh wow, you're on a
power play. No, that was a loss. Stroud. I've been losing. Okay, let's try to get back on the winning side of things. NFL. There you are. NFL. This is how the app works. Let's find the Niners. Where you at?
I bet you they don't know which quarterback's playing.
We all know.
Oh, there it is.
There we go.
Oh, wait. No, they do.
They do. It's the worst kept secret. Okay. Mac Jones, 215.5 against one hell of a one hell of a defense.
Yeah, I think that Atlanta game was a fluke. Mac Jones is an MVP caliber quarterback playing at a top 2 level, and it ain't 2. We're going more here.
I love it. Okay. CJ Stroud, 200.5 passing yards against a defense that might not have Deommodore Lenoir.
Yeah,
200.5.
We got to look at those stats and say, like, our pass rush isn't better than Seattle. So
that's just a generous line from PrizePicks. I appreciate that one. Let's do receiving yards. Christian McCaffrey, 51.5. Like, that's just another generous. This is the most generous app. How about rushing yards for Christian?
Can't we not do this? We got in trouble last time, right?
For doubling up?
Yeah, doubling up on Christian.
Okay, Kittle, 49.5.
I don't know.
I don't think so, man.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think he's out there to block right now. I don't think he's quite ready. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh,
Mm,
rushing yards.
let's just try the Christian one and see what happens. We can always get rid
Okay.
of it.
I'm going to go more because George Kittle's a 6 lineman.
All right, fair. Let's see. I've hating on Christian was doing me well for a while, but the last couple of weeks it hasn't been. So maybe I'm gonna switch it up. These are the picks. We're gonna flex them, and we're gonna submit it. Trying to get back onto the winning line of things. Download the app
Oh,
yourself.
let us.
Use promo code COHN. Play $5, get $50 instantly, and lineups will use that promo code COHN. It's just a great deal. It's a phenomenal deal. Okay.
I love PrizePicks.
So this may have fallen through the cracks, but the Niners just sold another 3.2% of their team, another $275 million they sold. They've now the Yorks
Another
own
how much?
3.2%, 275 million. They now own 87% of the team, the Yorks. They've sold off at least 9% this year alone. Who do they owe money to? What do you think's going on right now?
I don't know. It's really confusing because, like, we're not spending, so something's going on financially. It seems like I don't know why we're selling team, but maybe that's what we need. Maybe we need some fresh air from these 13% owners. You know, maybe we need some fresh blood. And should they sell the whole team? What do you think?
It just seems like is it a coincidence that they have given out some of the most expensive contracts in franchise history the last few years? Like every extension is a record breaker, from Nick Bosa to Trent Williams to Ayuk, and then Fred and Kittle, and each one like the highest of their positions in franchise history. And then finally Brock. They probably put $1 billion in escrow over the last 3 years. Is it possible
They put a lot of signing bonuses out? Yeah.
Right. And then probably they're like, you know what? Okay, like let's get that money back, because as much as they're invested in the Niners, it seems like they're not trying to like pour tons of cash into the team. It seems like they want to use the team to fund other projects like soccer and soccer stadium renovations. So
here's another thing, though. If you're buying in, I feel like I wouldn't buy in unless you're going to spend my money on the 49ers. I'm not buying into Leeds United. I'm buying into the San Francisco 49ers.
It doesn't. It just feels like you talk about owners who are like really passionate about their team or the sport. They like Eddie was maniacal about football. Al Davis was maniacal. It was a coach. Jed seems like he really is a big fan, an emotional fan, and I think we like that about him.
I think Jed loves. He wants to win.
It seems like it, but then when you sell 10% of your football franchise in 1 year, and you buy 2 other soccer franchises, and you're selling 49ers soccer uniforms now, it seems like you have this midlife obsession with soccer all of a sudden, and that maybe football isn't giving you the dopamine rush that it used to. I don't know.
Yeah, or maybe he's just giving up. He's like, I'm never winning a Super Bowl. He's like, I've seen one too many Super Bowl losses. I'm over it. We're gonna lose. I'm just gonna let Kyle run the team.
But like, isn't it seem like if this trend persists, that he will be, like less than 50% owner in 5 years?
I mean, here's the thing, bro. The Lakers just sold. If the Lakers sell, I never know anymore. After that happened, I was like, oh wow, anyone could just sell their team at any time.
And it's like if you trade Brock Purdy and Mac Jones balls out next year, guess how much money he's going to be worth on the open market? If Ricky Pearsall has a good year or two, guess how much he'll be worth on the open market? Like every year you're going to have to be making these tough decisions. Like, do I give this guy $265 million or trade him? And maybe at a certain point, the Yorks are like, you know what? This is too rich for our taste. We'll trade this to freaking Amazon. Trade our team to some billion-dollar corporation. Let them figure it out. Is that where sports are going?
What if we get a Saudi investor just to like get some oil prince money infused? Like, they're like buying into everything. They're just putting billions into teams. I'm like, yo, I'll sell you 49% and we'll keep 51. You take the rest and just fund us money. Just Yeah, sports wash it up.
I don't know where this is going, but I think it's worth monitoring. I mean, they keep selling
Well,
parts
because
of their
they just
team
sold in the summer, right?
like $250 million at a time. It's almost like the Niners are their ATM. Like, hey man, we really need $250 million in cash. What should we do?
Well, because they
Probably sell
just
part
sold
of
in
the
the
team.
offseason, I thought, right? They just sold like what, 10%? Something like that in the offseason, I thought.
That's what I'm saying. They sold like 6% in March, and now
Yeah.
they just sold another 3.5% now. What? When are they going to sell more?
Yeah.
Maybe we could buy some.
Dude, I think that would be so cool if they did what the Packers do. I would love to buy a share because then when everyone says you can't say we, I'd be like, yes, I can. It's my
Yeah,
team.
I own $50 worth of the San Francisco 49ers.
Exactly.
So,
I wonder why teams don't do that. I feel like the Packers just rake in cash by doing that.
Joseph Ernberg says the game, everything falls apart. 5-12 coming.
No.
Then he says people are more fans of Brock Purdy than the Niners.
True, actually. That is very true.
And then he says, not impressed with Kyle till he wins the Super Bowl. My thing with Brock Purdy fans is they constantly turn him into like a victim, and it's so
Dude,
lame.
it's so annoying.
Oh
It's
my
the
God,
lamest
no one-
way to argue. It's he's like always like, well, he was Mr. Relevant. It's like at this point, it doesn't matter though. It's like, well, he
Yeah.
was hurt. It's football.
Like Baker Mayfield had a bad game
Oh
on
my God.
Monday night, and then he who must not be named
Yeah.
immediately turned it into like a Brock Purdy victim post. Like,
Dog.
"Man, if Brock had done this, people would have said he sucked and shouldn't be a starter." It's like, how is this about Brock? And what are you talking about? And what? No.
Bro, I'll tell you right now, 32 out of 32 NFL teams would still take Baker over Brock Purdy because he's better.
And yet Brock makes a whole lot more money than Baker. So who's really a victim right now?
Yeah, like I don't get it, man. It's like, and that's so true. People point that, or they'll go like, "Well, look at Herbert with injuries." Well, Herbert is playing with CFL offensive linemen, and like,
Herbert's playing.
in fourth string running backs, and then receivers nobody would want outside of Lad McConkey. So, like, put Purdy on the Chargers, they don't win it. They don't even score 3 points. Like,
and again, I what I keep wanting to say before I sign off here is that Mac will play a game, and people will be like, Brock would have scored more points.
yeah.
It's like, dude, Brock isn't healthy. Don't tell me what Brock would have done. He's missed 7 of the Niners' last 14 games. Like, just let me know when he can play football again, and
He's
then
averaging
we'll have a quarterback
19
controversy.
points per game this year. People were saying that Brock would have scored more. He literally wouldn't. He's averaging 19 a game right now, and Max scored 20, so he won't.
Yeah, it seems like the whole offense is throw the ball or hand the ball to Christian McCaffrey every snap. There's only so much the quarterback's going to do.
Last year we had
get hurt.
And last year we had the worst red zone offense in the NFL. When did Purdy become this all-star point scorer? Because it wasn't here last year, and it wasn't here when he came back this year.
Yeah, the offense is good when Christian McCaffrey's good. It's pretty much that simple. Or when Kittle's out there. Maybe that goes hand in hand.
Yeah, Christian, dude, what is Kyle going to do when he doesn't have Christian McCaffrey?
Well, I was listening to Steve Young on the radio today, and he said he's very smart and said something that we all agree with, that, like, you did what you had to do, giving the ball to Christian this much, but it can't go on. You got to stop giving the ball to Christian this much.
Dude, he's going to explode. He's literally going to combust. Like, one of these times he's going to get hit, and you're not going to see anything. He's just going to turn to dust. He's just going to be gone.
And when that happens, you're going to be upset with Kyle because it was, like, predictable and projectable. Don't let it happen, Kyle. Everyone likes you right now.
Every time I see him start getting more hits in the third quarter and fourth quarter where we're really leaning on him, I'm like, oh God, this is the one. Oh, thank God. Oh God, this is the one. Oh, thank God. But I will say that is one thing that Mac provides that Purdy doesn't, because he's scared of QB sneaking, is QB sneaking. Like, now we don't have to hand it to Christian. Just run as hard as you can at a bunch of 350-pound dudes. Like, Mac Jones is QB sneaks, which is what Jimmy was good at, which helps in our red zone, by the way.
Maybe they can re-sign Jimmy in a couple years.
Dude, I'd love Jimmy back. He's so handsome.
Bring him back.
Like, just bring him back for the QB sneaks at least.
Boxing fan times 4 says LaRocca is onto something. Bring Turkey in with that Saudi money. He paid Canelo $100 million for the Crawford fight. Niners won't ever have to worry about money.
Dude, we'd be the Dodgers of the NFL. Like, all right, we're gonna sign Patrick Mahomes to a 5-year, $500 million, and 499 of that's a signing bonus, so it doesn't hit our cap.
Well, they already made some investments into flag football, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's
Dude,
next. So we have that
telling
to look
you,
forward to.
yeah, inject it in my veins. Give us the money. Give us Dodger money, please. Please.
All right, I gotta get out of here. Tyler, thank you for the thoughtful answers, the thoughtful conversation as possible. As usual, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah. See you guys.
See ya.